And with that, hello, good evening and welcome. I'm Mark Pinto here with you from Phoenixville Public Library. And our special Zoom guest tonight is Dawn Santoriello. She's a local author of The Spiritual Path to Prosperity, The Truth About Money Revealed. And tonight she'll be sharing her knowledge of the financial world and her spirituality to help you release what she calls your money blocks. Dawn, great to have you here and take it away.
Thank you, Mark. I'm thrilled to be here. So tonight I want to have some fun. We're going to have a little bit of audience participation. And if you have any questions, since it's a small crowd, you can just feel free to ask me as we go along. And with that, we'll get started. So up on my screen, you can see a little bit about who I am. I'm a certified financial planner and founder of DS Financial Strategies. I'm a fiduciary, which that's a popular buzz term. And all it really means is I have a legal obligation to put my clients' needs ahead of my own, which you wouldn't think that would need to be like a thing. That should just be natural, but I guess it's a thing. I also host a show on YouTube called Financial Fridays with Dawn. I've been featured in Forbes, Investment Advisor, Market Watch, Business Insider, and the Philadelphia Inquirer. And I've been doing this for almost 17 years now. So tonight's presentation is called Releasing the 5 Biggest Money Blocks Holding You Back. And I'll basically goes over everything that I wrote in my book. Some stuff is left out because you can't give everything away. Got to leave it for the book. Disclosure, so I don't get in trouble with compliance. So what we're
Dawn, we lost you.
Actions to release the 5 biggest money blocks that are holding you back. So that would be,
We lost you there for a few
there
seconds.
it is. Internet connection stable. Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so I think I'm back. So
By the way,
we'll go over the money block.
Your PowerPoint, we can see a bunch of your
Oh,
slides.
so let me get it from, okay, here we go. Now, let me put it back into notes. Thank you for that. Okay, how are we looking there? Okay.
Good.
So we're going to go over those 5 biggest money blocks so that you could gain clarity, confidence, and power in your financial life. And I'm going to show you how to very simple, but hard to do because it's so simple. But we'll learn how to do today. And
Dawn, we keep losing you. We keep losing you.
Oh shoot, I don't know what to do.
Your internet connection seems to be bad.
Maybe if I move around, and I don't know how to get it off my phone. Let me try to switch to the Wi-Fi on my phone. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, the only thing I know that might help, is if you turn off your video screen. That might give you a little bit more bandwidth.
Okay, turn off my video. So how do I, like my camera?
So that we don't see you, we only see the slides.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's see, stop video. Okay, how's that? Okay. Good?
Yep.
You guys, okay, you can hear me perfect. Okay, thank you. So many people lack confidence in their own knowledge. They think they don't know enough. They're overwhelmed by all the information and decisions that need to be made, or they're so busy. We have so much going on, like work, family, but they want to make sure they're doing the right things with their money. So now this all turns around. Come on here, slide. This all turns around when people just let go of the fear, let go of overwhelm, and change your beliefs about money. Because once you clear your money blocks, then you can make sure you're using the proven real world investment strategies to make the most of the money that you already have. Having a written plan and a strategy and someone to help you avoid costly mistakes is going to drastically improve your current and your future situation, financially speaking. So tonight you're in the right spot. If you want to quickly remove any spiritual blocks around money so you could step into a life without debt, step into your dream life. If you want to grow your money without any complicated strategies or big sacrifices in your daily life. And if you want to make your money work harder so you don't have to. So what we're about to discover is that manifestation prayer. We're going to demystify investments, learn what works and what doesn't work. And we're going to release those 5 biggest money blocks that are holding you back from gaining that confidence, clarity, and power. So let's talk about my story. You might be wondering, how in the world does spirituality and finances come together? Why am I so excited about this topic? Well, there was a time when I only had $200 to my name and I couldn't even get out of a parking garage. Talk about embarrassing. There was like 5 cars lined up behind me waiting to get out. And finally, after what seemed like an eternity, but was probably only 5 minutes, a security guard came over, swiped his card so I could get out of the garage. So later I went home and I was like, what is going on? This should not be my life. I'm a financial planner. I mean, I know how to create wealth. I know how to grow it. Clients are making money. Why am I not making money? And the reason was I was blocked. I was spiritually blocked around money, and all of my analytical skills couldn't save me. But now, after my money, you're over 6 figures. So anything's possible when you get clear and you release blocks. It works regardless of what your religious beliefs are, because it's not really religious, it's just universal. And well, maybe you want to have some more money and you've cleared all the external blocks that you're aware of, but still something's going on with your finances. They're not quite right. So there's unconscious, subconscious blocks that you need to be cleared. And that's what we do. The pictures keep getting in the way. Okay, here we go. So the problem that this is going to solve is that instead of being guided by scarcity, and you're going to be guided by abundance, and you'll stop blocking abundance. Now, some blocks, it's not a miracle. They're not going to clear up instantly because some of these are deep rooted inside of us. So it's important to continue clearing and doing the manifestation technique. And what happens if we don't handle this? Well, we're just going to keep relying on ourselves, and things become a lot clearer and easier with a little help from the universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. You may feel frustrated and panic and make mistakes when it comes to your money because you want a certain outcome, and you're like, you think you know the best way to get that outcome. And then money just controls your life, and you block its flow because it's all you're thinking about. How to make more of it? How do I stay out of debt? Like, how many of us know people who get out of credit card debt? They're all excited, and 2 months later, they're back in credit card debt because they have some kind of internal block that they need to clear out. But there is a solution. When I found, and this has worked, like I said, I've done everything from my dream car, becoming a #1 best-selling author. That was a miracle from this manifestation technique. Places that I've lived, I like everything, little stupid things like parking spots, like you see on The Secret. It works for everything. So we just say this and things work out. Because when you do this one, now you're freeing yourself from worrying about a particular issue, and just let universe take care of it. A funny story is, me personally, I was totally stuck in scarcity mindset for like the longest time. And then when COVID hit, very ironic, I had no fear at all. Most people are panicking about what are they going to do for money. I was like, no, money just flows to me. And from there, it just flowed for me. My business expanded nationally. I finished writing this book. I met great people that helped me along the way because, again, I had to let go and stop worrying and free myself from that vicious cycle. And then when you do that, you're a lot calmer and new ideas come in. Like, how many times you sit in there, like get a thought, or you hear a commercial on TV, like, yeah, it's like the answer to what you were looking for. That happens to me all the time. And then finally, we're going to have what everybody wants. What do they want? They want financial peace of mind, and they want abundance. They want to live a great life. So here we go. If you want to take a snapshot of this with your phone, you feel free to. So this works for everything. So if somebody, Jerry or John, if you want to talk about like what's something that you want in your life, because then I'm going to help. And then it's 2 of us, so I'll do it for both of us, for both of you guys. So whoever would want something, just basically open up your microphone and say, okay, you know what? I want to manifest like a job. Like I had someone, she was writing a book, so she wanted to become a great, have a lot of sales, books, more speaking engagements. It could be, you know what, I want to find this new apartment or whatever you want. So, but if you don't want to share, that's okay. But if someone wants to share, Mark too, if you want to share, you guys can go ahead and unmute yourself. And if not, Okay, I'll make up something. So, oh, there goes John. Oh wait,
Well,
I can't hear you. Oh, there we are. Okay.
Financially, I feel, I mean, you never know, but I feel like I'm well off or well enough off.
hmm
What's bothering me at the moment is my car's been in the shop for a month, and they may total it essentially, or the repairs equal close to its value. However, the insurance company is trying to decide if they're going to pay the claim or not, which seems to be what's dragging it out. So it's not really I mean, it's financial, but it's more, I just want to get the thing over with and move on.
Okay, yeah, and it's fine. It could be on anything. So you want them to pay the claim, obviously, then, right? That's what we want.
Or I would prefer that.
Okay, so, well, let's manifest it. We'll make it happen. So all you have to do is when I'm done saying everything, and I say it my own way, I kind of make this my own, just say, and thank you, God, for that for me. So thank you is for us, for John's car getting totaled and having them play out the claim, having it be more than he even expected, and having a nice, amazing, brand new car that's better than he could even imagine, with all the latest updated upgrades. It rides really well. It's a great car. It's safe. It's the exact color he wants. It's everything, a great price. He got a great deal on it. It's the best car that he could have asked for. That claim goes through and it gets settled very quickly, gently and easily, and everything gets settled for. Let's do it before Christmas time. That'll be amazing. And thank you, God, for that for us. And love, clear, heal, and change anything that prevents this prayer from being answered. And let John be happy no matter what happens. And thank you, God, for this for us. And then you to say, thank you, God, for that for me.
You did it better than I could have.
Yeah. So yeah, just say thank you, God, for that for me. That seals it in.
Thank you, God, for doing this.
Great. So now the other part of the thing is we got to let go. And if it's, and this prayer works all the time, but sometimes it's not in the way we expect. But it does work. Like, for example, last year, my furnace went probably around this time, maybe a little bit before Thanksgiving, and it was $6,300. So I was like, I did this. I was like, okay, good. I want that $6,300 in my bank account. And then I was talking to someone and I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, Dawn, how much is in your account now? I'm like, 6,300. She's like, the money's there. I'm like, no, I wanted the extra money. I wanted an extra 6,300. So, but hey, it was there. So it was answered, just not how I wanted it to be answered. And I had another client, he wanted a house. We did this in July and he didn't get it. And I was like, listen, remember what it is? There was something better is coming. And then 2 months later, he called me. He's like, Dawn, you're not going to believe this. I'm like, I probably will. And he got a better house. It's bigger and it's $50,000 cheaper and in a better location. So yeah. So we just got to be open to all possibilities. And whatever is going to be the best for you, the universe, God is going to bring it to you. So good. Well, thank you for sharing. Jerry or Mark, do you have anything you want to manifest, or if not, totally fine. I'll just move on.
I'm good, thank you.
And then she was. All right.
I'm just
Well,
going to
thanks. We'll move
manifest
on.
for my. But I was just going to manifest for my son. Do I need to do it for me?
We could do it for anything. I guess we could try it for your son. Yeah, it should work.
Yeah, because he's looking for a job in Virginia and moving from Kutztown down to Roanoke, Virginia. And I'm hoping him to get a good job. And also he's hoping to go back to school. So I'm hoping he can get a good job that would accommodate him. And I do believe in prayer. So I do understand what you're saying here. So, but it doesn't hurt to have another set of people praying. And I apologize if I don't participate a lot. I had my booster shot today and I'm really tired. So I'm just kind of laying down and listening to you. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm not trying to be rude or not participate, but thank you for helping me.
Okay. Well, yeah, I didn't know. So yeah, you take care. We'll do this. Okay. And what's your son's name?
Stephen.
Stephen, okay. So thank you, God, for this for us, for Stephen finding an amazing job in Virginia. It's doing the work that he loves. The employer loves him. He has plenty of great benefits. They even pay for his education in full. And he has the best salary than he's expecting. He finds the best housing. The employees, he has great employees that he works with. Everybody is valued by the company. It's a wonderful company to work for. He's so happy. To him, it's the best job he's ever had. And all this great abundance follows him, and it comes easily and naturally. And hopefully it comes again. Let's have that before Christmas too. And thank you, God, for this for us. And let's love, clear, heal, and change anything that prevents this prayer from happening for Stephen, and let him be happy no matter what happens. And thank you, God, for this for us. And I'll say, and thank you, God, for that for him. Okay.
Thank you. And it has to happen before December 16th, Lord, because
Oh.
this is God of the universe, because he has to be out of his apartment up at Kutztown.
Okay, yes, and have it happen. Thank you, God, for this, that for us, and clear all any blocks that stop that from happening, and let him find an apartment that he loves, and everything goes smoothly and a great transition. Thank you for that for us. Good. And you guys, yeah, you'll have my email at the end, so update me on what's happening with the situations, because I can't wait to hear all the good things.
I know, and I could tell you, it's, I didn't even pray for abundance, but I do pray, have many people praying for this. But when I called PA 529, I had $7,000 in his account yet for education. And Stephen is now 26, so he's really trying to get himself settled. And believe it or not, the man showed me a way in which now he made my account show $10,000. I don't know how.
Wow.
I just know the God of the universe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I believe in what you're talking about. So thank you very much. And once again, I'm
You're
sorry if
welcome.
I'm not very cooperative
Oh, no,
here.
it's okay. Yeah, I think that was the most participation. Oh, actually, we have for the money blocks, but yeah, it'll be okay. No worries. So, okay, we already talked about the proof and all that, so we don't need that. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about business. Now, we'll talk about actual investments, what works and what doesn't. So there's certain risks that you should not take. We shouldn't try to time the market. What that means is exactly when to get in the market and when to get out of the market. And the experts don't even know. They claim to know, but they don't know. We don't want to pick individual stocks, because picking individual stocks, that also means which ones are the good stocks and which ones are the bad ones. Again, the experts don't know that. They claim to, but they don't. So there's 3% of stocks like on the actual stock index in all of time that actually outperform what the whole market does. So rather than trying to just pick the best stocks, just buy the whole market, and you'll see why later on. Also, you don't want to chase past manager performance. This means that just because a manager has done well in the past, they're going to continue to do well. Like Peter Lynch, he managed the Magellan Fund for like 13 years, and he consistently beat the market. Is that beat? Whatever the proper English is to beat the market. And after him, no one else has done it since. And I think that was like in the 80s. So you can't rely on that. And another thing is investing on your own to avoid fees. Well, left to their own devices, and because it's your money, you're so attached to it, investors, their behavior destroys their portfolios. Even the smartest, most sophisticated investors, they ruin their portfolios based on fears and emotions. And that is the biggest fee you're going to pay in investing, not the 1.5% that you're paying to the advisor. It's by moving, like, for example, move into cash. Like say in March of 2020, when the market dropped March 13th, the lowest that it was, you're like, you know what? The world is coming to an end. We have this pandemic. We have an upcoming election. Now there could be riots. If we knew all this stuff happening, you would think that, whoa, we're going down to zero. Like this is it. The world's over. But this was the biggest stock. The stock was at the highest it ever was at the end of last year. So nobody knows anything. Doesn't matter what's happening in the market, who's the president. The markets are going to do what they're going to do. They're going to go down. They're going to go up. But history has shown since the stock market has been in existence, it's trending upward. So that's why I say staying in the market, like time in the market, is more important than trying to time when to get in and out of the market. Like I had a client where he claimed he knew what was going to happen. He's like, Dawn, come January, whatever, what was the day after Monday? Was it, I don't know, the 5th or something? He's like, move my account to cash. And then on that Thursday, move it back. And I'm like, no, that's your 401k money. And I don't have access to do that for you. And I wouldn't do that if I could. And so he did it and he lost money. He lost his whole fee that he would have paid for the whole year. So again, I tell people, just don't do it. So why is this important? Well, let me ask a question. Would you rather gamble with your retirement money and take unnecessary risks based on feelings you have or what the so-called experts say, like the talking heads, like the Susie Ormans, Dave Ramsey, what's that other guy, the talking Kramer guy? Or would you rather use a simple proven strategy that takes all the guesswork out of investing for your retirement and future goals? I'm with option number 2. Now, if we don't get this handled, we'll constantly be chasing the next greatest stock, or we'll be all into that cryptocurrency. Oh my God, I'm going to get rich. Not going to happen. And there is no magic portfolio that's going to consistently beat the market. Like they don't know which stocks to pick. And here's a little secret that people don't know. As soon as stocks come out, every information is already reflected in their price. So there's like no really, everything's reflected because markets are efficient. 2, if we don't handle this, we're going to end up locking in losses when the market declines. Because like as I said before, most investors let their emotions drive their decisions and they move to cash. And like I said, the cost of investment behavior is one of the most significant costs in investing, not the fees. And then you'll just remain frustrated when you open your statements because you're investing your money, but your balance doesn't seem to grow. Or you're just sitting there worried. Like I have one client, he's a doctor. So you think doctors are smart, but not when it comes to their money. I manage his separate IRAs and he has his retirement plan at work. And I showed him what to put his retirement plan at work. He hasn't done it. And he became my client last September of 2020. Yeah. And as of September 2021, he's like, Dawn, I'm still sitting in cash. I'm waiting. I'm like, you just missed out on all that growth. I'm like, get in. It doesn't matter. Even if the market crashes the next day, you're going to be okay. You have a 10-year time horizon. Just get in. Like you're not going to time the market. Because even if you got in, like for the past 40 years, if you put money in on each market high, and then the very next day the market crashed, and you're like, that's it. The stock market, it's not for me. I don't want anything to do with this. You kept your money in, and you save the rest of the money in a savings account. Then the next decade, you're like, you know what? This market is doing really well. You know what? It's time to get back in. You put money in, the next day, boom, again. They're all upset. I'm done with this. Keeping it in the savings account. Still keep the other money invested there. Do that 2 more decades. You're going to have so much more money than if you were like in and out of moving to cash. So again, it's just time in the market is more important because you have the compounding interest. And like I said, over the long run, now you don't want all your money tied in the market. You want to be diversified because you might need some money when the market's down. You don't want to really take it out when it's down. But it's all about like balance. So what's the solution? It's something called evidence, which we'll get to in a second. And when you do this, you're going to be confident in your goals because you know you're using a proven strategy that works. And now you're going to finally have that peace of mind. When the nightly news comes on and talks about the stock market, you're not going to stress out. You're not going to say, oh my God, what did the market do today? Oh my God, it's down 1,000 points. Oh no. No, you're not. You're going to even be sleeping better. And then you have more time and money to enjoy activities that bring meaning and purpose to your life, allowing you to fulfill your destiny and do what you love. Like for example, this past Friday, not one call from clients. The market was down like 1,000 points. They all know they expect these things. It goes up, it goes down, and it's all about educating them and having the proper portfolio. And that's what evidence-based investing is. It's using Nobel Prize winning academic evidence to build highly diversified portfolios at a low cost. So it's basically saying like the markets are priced correctly. So every time a stock comes out on the market, it's already priced and it's priced correctly. And you want to hold more small and value companies. Value companies are companies that are in distress, like in the early 2000s, like Starbucks, Netflix. They really weren't doing too well, but now they're huge. And small companies, they turn into big companies like Google, Amazon, Harley Davidson. They all started in someone's garage. Now look at them. And then you want to diversify across the globe. You don't want to just be in your home country because you need to be in the world and global. And this eliminates market timing. It eliminates stock picking and chasing past man underperformance, and it avoids emotional investment decisions because we have a strategy and we follow it. We expect the downs and we expect the ups. So what does that look like? Well, what I do for my clients is I do what they call like a risk tolerance test. I find out, okay, how much risk are you willing to risk? Are you comfortable with? Are you comfortable if the market drops 30%? What are you going to do? What is this money for? How long before you start spending it? When you do start spending it, how long do you want it to last? So all those questions. And then, like I said, where I make my biggest money is keeping you invested, so you avoid mistakes along the way. And then here's what would happen if you would have followed the expert's advice. According to every year, they all the different money magazines pick, okay, these are the best stocks to pick. So in 2016, MSN and Investor Place, if you pick their top stocks, you would have done 2.3%. Kiplinger's, you would have done 3.7. Money Magazine, which I don't even know, think if Money's still around, you would have done 4.9. And Barron's, which is a highly esteemed financial magazine, you would have done 5.3%. But if you would have saved all your money on those magazines and just invested in all the markets, you would have got 12.83%. So it's as simple as that. Stop trying to beat the market, just be the market, buy the whole market. Like Jack Vogel said from Vanguard, don't look for the needle in the haystack, just buy the whole haystack. Okay, so how am I doing, guys? Any questions so far? Okay, I'll take that as a no. So now we're going to move on to something, we'll go back to the fun. We're going to clear the money blocks that are holding you back. So money is the tool to create the life you want. It's basically just energy. And when you have a good relationship with money, you attract it. When you're fearful and you're always wanting it, it runs away from you. And now many people face obstacles. Well, some, they might be external, but like I said, a lot of them are internal. So we need to clear those internal so we don't get stuck in that metaphorical parking garage like I did. And so we could have the confidence and clarity around our money. So why is this important? Well, to move forward, we need a shift. We have to have a paradigm shift in our mindset and clear what keeps us stuck in our pattern. And it doesn't matter whether you're single, married, divorced, widowed, retired, or still working. Taking control of your finances isn't, and finding confidence to create transformation isn't just, okay, signing this form or moving this money here or there. We have to clear these blocks first. And what happens if we don't clear blocks? Well, if you only focus on the nuts and bolts, but neglect the internal issues, your money blocks, you're going to find yourself in the same place over and over again, overwhelmed, unsure, and unheard. And wealth alone is not going to give you fulfillment or make you feel in control if your internal scripts are kind of filled with negative self-beliefs, like, oh, I'm terrible with money. I don't deserve money. I don't like to spend money on myself, or I'm just not good with numbers, or yeah, whatever stories that we're telling ourselves that are just not true. But we've told them to ourselves so many times that we actually believe it now, but it's not true. So, and that means it can be changed. And you may just continue to accumulate debt, like I said, even if you work your way out of debt. But there is a solution. It's to clear these blocks that are holding us back from the life that we want to live. So now what happens when we clear these blocks? Well, we're going to have more confidence in our ability to make decisions, and we're going to make more money. And you're going to be able to talk more openly with the right advisor, so he or she can help you reach your goals faster. You're going to learn to prioritize your needs ahead of others, and not the other way around. So you're not jeopardizing your retirement to pay for kids' college, for example. It doesn't have to be an either or. You could accomplish both. So there's great things that'll happen. So now here's the 5 biggest money blocks. 1 is prioritizing the needs of others over your own. Like how many sometimes you're like, you know what, I'll just go without so that my kids could have, or different things like that. Money secrecy. Maybe people are afraid to tell their partner, oh, I just spent this money on a pair of shoes, or and it's just a secret. Lacking confidence in your own knowledge. Maybe you were told, okay, you know what? Yeah, money's men will handle it for you, or you don't need to know about that. So women, like if you're married, maybe the men handle all the finance. Oh, I don't know what to do. Like all these stupid interns that we tell ourselves or stuff like that. And uncertainty, because there's so much information coming at us. And it's like, okay, well, what's the truth? And that's why I love what I do, because I just cut through the chase. I'm like, this is what really works, guys. And people, when there's too much information, they get paralyzed. Like, I don't know what to do. They can't make a decision. I'll get to it later. And that is a decision, and that's not a good one, because the sooner you get started, the better it is. If you just kind of sweep stuff under a rug, what happens? The rug gets bigger, it doesn't work. And lacking trustworthy financial advice. Like, look at the Bernie Madoffs. You see in the headlines, oh, this advisor took this. So you want to make sure you're working with a trustworthy advisor, someone who's a CFP. We have to follow a code of ethics, and someone you trust, someone you feel comfortable with. So if anybody, like, John, if you want to pipe in, I know, Jerry, you're not feeling well there, but on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think you guys fall with these blocks? I mean, on a 1 to 5 scale, I'm sorry, like, which one of these do you think was most troublesome? If you don't want to answer, that's okay. You just keep it to yourself. If you have some paper, that'd be good too, because we're going to do a little exercise now and clear these blocks. So now there may be other blocks that you might have, but again, it's the same process to clear these. Like I said, prioritize the needs of others. What do you hear on the airplane? Put your own oxygen mask on before helping others. Same thing with your money and yourself. You can't, if you don't fill your own cup, you're not going to have anything left to give, either financially or emotionally. So always make sure you're taking care of you. And that's the key too, to attracting more wealth and money too. As people know, like, as you guys know, it's just, yeah, when you're in a good positive vibe and things are going well in life, you're happy, money just flows too. When you're kind of like miserable and like, oh no, you get in that scarcity mode. And it happens to all of us, even the rich people go into scarcity mode. So no one's immune from these feelings, because we're all human. We all go through this. Number 2, like I said, money secrecy. A lot of people stay silent, especially women in the workplace. And that's why they have lower salaries, because men, they kind of speak up and you're like, you know what, I did this work, I want this paid for. So women, and not all women, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but I'm just saying usually, maybe a man doesn't want to speak up, whoever, but you get my point. Like, you need to speak up for yourself and like claim the money that you deserve. And again, it's all about flow and how you feel about things. And many people underrate their skills, because women actually, there were studies that women are actually better investors than men, because they just, yeah. And again, information alone is not going to create transformation. Like, all the stuff I'm telling you, yeah, this is great, but if you don't apply it, look, it's not going to do anything. Your life's going to still go on the way it was, and you may have a great life anyway. But still, when you learn new information, it's good to take action on it. So that's when true transformation occurs. And then research shows that getting professional advice is one of the smartest things you could do with your money. Like, Vanguard did a study, I read about this in the book as well, that if you go invest in Vanguard on your own versus, like, say, investing with an advisor who uses Vanguard funds, the advisor, they actually add 3% to your bottom line, because we have access to funds that you don't have to on the retail side. The way we construct the portfolios, the way we manage them, and the biggest thing, the way we help you with handle your emotions by keeping you invested. I thought that was really interesting. So, okay, so let's clear one of these blocks. So pick one of the blocks here, write it on a piece of paper, or have another block. So what we're going to do is first think about, okay, your money block. Why do I believe this? Okay, let's say, for example, money secrecy is your block. So I'll use myself an example. Let's say, okay, so I went out and let's see, I really liked these pair of, let's see, what's something that's outrageous? These silver sequins boots. Totally impractical, but I really liked them and I wanted to buy them. So I kept them a secret from my husband, because I was going to be ashamed. He's going to be like, why are you buying those boots? Where are you going to wear those for? Like, you don't even need those. They're not practical. So maybe that's why I believe I have to keep money a secret, because every time I want to buy something for myself, I feel ashamed because he belittles me or something or whatever. I'm just throwing stuff off the top of my head here. 2, okay, when did I start believing this? Well, maybe when I was growing up, maybe I saw my mom, like, she bought something and my dad was like, we don't need that. We have these 4 mouths to feed. Why are you buying that? So it's like, oh, okay, well, if I want something, I got to buy it. Like, my mom had to buy it secretly. And where did this belief come from? Well, I kind of answered too. It's just, well, when I saw my parents do it. And then number 4, what would I like to believe instead? Like, okay, I work for the money too, and I deserve to have nice things. And so what if it's impractical? I could celebrate myself because I'm worth it and I love myself and I don't do it all the time. So yeah, I work hard. I'm going to go buy those silver shiny sequins boots that I will never probably wear with anything. And I'm going to go do it. So take your power back. And Then 5, what small action can I take to counteract this block now? And it could be a small baby steps. Okay. Basically just saying, maybe you're just talking about, you know what? Hey, honey, I know like we have, I don't really need these boots, but I saw them. I think they'll be really cute for our date night. So I'm going to go buy them. So yeah, so you kind of tell them, you don't keep it a secret and you don't ask permission. You just go do it. So that could be, so did that kind of make sense? So I know I made it a stupid trivial money block, but that's the process. So you just do this. And again, this is in the book too. So if you go take it out from the library there, you could work through this at a slower pace, go more in depth. And then, like I said, this really does work because I was afraid to fail a CFP exam. So I started in 2015, and then I quit right in the middle, and I didn't go back for 3 years. And I did it because when I registered for one of the courses, the person registering me said, whoa, I took that class. It was so hard. I quit. And so I attempted it and I got halfway through it and I was like, oh my God, this is really hard. And I was like, because I kept listening to that guy, this is really hard. I quit. And that's what was in my head because I'm listening to someone else's story. And then when I did it, I changed my belief. I'm like, no, I am smart. I'm a geek. I always pass my tests and I passed them on the first try. What am I worried about? Then I took the course and then, yes, I did it. I passed every single one of the tests and the big 2-day, the big 1-day test that encompasses everything. So all those 6 years, basically, was it 6 years? No, 3 year break. When did I finish? 2019, I got it. So it was a total of 4 years, right? Something like that. Yeah, 4 years. And so I had to go back, restudy all that other stuff that it took previous years. And I passed the first time around. And only 62% of people taking the exam across the country actually passed on the first time. So again, I just got rid of that stupid story that wasn't even mine, changed my belief, and then it happens. So it could happen for everybody. So, okay, here's a recap of what we learned. So sometimes we need to just have a little faith and ask for some help from spirit, universe, God, whoever you want to call it. Take the guesswork out of investing. Investing is, if done right, it's kind of boring because you're not moving in and out of stocks. You're not going crazy. You're not investing in crazy different things. You're buying the markets, buying the indexes, the ETFs, which are exchange traded funds. They have lower costs and stuff. I don't want to go. I just want to give a general topic. We could always talk offline about that stuff. And then you want to clear your money blocks because, like I said, I'm a financial planner and I was stuck in a little whole thing because I was so blocked. And then you're going to take control of your life. So now my book is available on my website. It's also on Amazon. It's at the library too. So you go take it out from the library, which would be nice. And let's see what else. So, and if you guys still need more help or you want some personal help with your particular financial situation, I'd be happy to help you. There's a lot of people they know they want to make more money or they want to make their money work for them or make sure they're doing what they should be doing. Is there something they could be doing better? Are they paying too much in fees? Are they in the right kind of portfolio? So basically, if you don't get a handle on stuff, it's just going to compound, and because you'll be 1 year, 2 year, 5 years from now, you'll still be in the same spot. So I always tell people, take action. We can't go backwards. We don't want to wait to always go forward. So start from where you are, get on the right track. And yeah, so that's what I do. So here, I'll just cut this. So we have that. And basically when you take control, you're gonna avoid costly mistakes. And the longer you wait, especially when you're getting close to retirement, or if you're in retirement, like it's a little too late as far as accumulation, but there's a big hurdle that no one really talks about. It's called decumulation. You want to make sure you're spending your money because now you're not working. That money's got to last you your lifetime, which is could be like 20 to 30 years. So you want to make sure that money's going to work for you. It's going to be there. Taxes are a killer too. You want to manage for all that stuff. And also now you want to free yourself from stresses because enjoy your money that you have. You don't want to, so there's some people that are afraid to spend their money. But you worked hard for it. So learn how to enjoy it and make sure everything else is in balance. So if you guys, I offer complimentary consultation. So if you guys are interested in that, you can go to my website or you can go to this website here, DS Financial Strategies that you can book.me. That's the link to my calendar. Or like I said, there's on my website, dsfinancialstrategies.com. There's a calendar link to book me there as well. You could also buy the book on my website. And in this call, we'll go over what your goals are financially. If I could help you, I'll tell you. If I'm like, nope, you're doing everything perfect, I'll tell you. I'm like a straight shooter if you haven't noticed. I say it like it is. And then we'll see, okay, does an investment strategy make sense for you? What's your risk? Yeah. And then I also have on my website a free money unlocking your money blocks guide, which goes over in more detail about what we covered here tonight. And here's my contact information if you need to get a hold of me. Now, does anybody have any questions for me or anything? And I'm going to stop sharing. How do I stop share? So we'll
Yeah, you can
share.
turn your
And
video back on then.
turn my camera back on. Yep. Okay. And then let me get into full screen. Okay. So, and Jerry, I really hope you feel better, and I hope everything is going to be, yeah, you'll be good in a couple of days and maybe even sooner. So, John, any questions from you or anything?
I agree pretty much with what you said. I have kind of gone the other way. I've been a do-it-yourself person for since I started working. But I kind of hedge my bets. Like, I have mutual funds that follow the market, and then I have some that follow different sectors. And I do have a very tiny account where it's all individual stocks. And I sort of look at it as my play money.
Play money.
That's
a good way to look at it. Yeah.
And because,
Yeah.
I mean, I've done very well on some of them, and there's some of them where, I lost just about pretty much everything. But, overall, kind of like the market, over time, it's increased.
Yeah, and you have the right attitude too. Like you said, it's like you're playing money. So it's not gonna be all your money that you need for retirement. Because but yeah, it's like if you want to play around and because it's fun. That's the other thing about money too. Sometimes it's not always like numbers. It's okay. Well, it's emotional too, and it's like okay, well, we want to have some fun. So it's like it's something that's not going to affect our future, little tiny piece. Yeah. So but for your main goals, long-term goals, like I had a client, I'm trying to fire her, but she won't leave me. She's out in California and she wanted to take her whole IRA and put it in crypto. I'm like, well, first of all, that's insane. You don't want anything in any one particular thing. Second of all, my E&O insurance will not allow me to even have you go into crypto because it's so speculative. It's not backed by anything. It's like back in the 1500s with the whole tulip bubble. It's based on nothing and it's a big bubble possibly, and it's not regulated. It's outlawed in China. I know one country in South America is going to be okay with it, but still, it's just like, okay, even if it was good and it's a currency, it's a real thing, you're not going to go invest all your money in the US dollar or like the yuan. Like, it's just, yeah. But people think they're going to strike it rich. And sad part is maybe a couple will, but others, they won't. And then, yeah, it's like you need to have your goals taken care of. You don't have enough for retirement. You're not going to make it. And you're worried about putting money in crypto. It's like, you need to get the priorities straight.
A lot of people look at investing like on buying a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
It's you want to bet, like I said, hedge your bets, kind of buy everything you can so you're diversified. And when one thing does poorly, the other things will do better.
Yep. So yeah, it's interesting the different stories I come across out there, and I see, I'm like, what? And some people are like, I wrote about this with the whole Robinhood GameStop thing. People were getting hit like, oh yeah, we're making options doing this, and then people were getting like they probably only invested 30 grand. They were getting hit with like $700,000 in capital gains because they weren't aware of the wash rules. They didn't know about things like that. And it's like, yeah, what you don't know could be hurting you. And then, yeah, and especially when it comes to retirement and how to decumulate your money, and like there's a whole taxes, like right now taxes are going to go up. They have to, like we're in such a mess, and it doesn't matter who the president is. Yeah, they lowered them temporarily, but still, that's not, you can't, there's so much to pay for. Like, and they raise it in other ways, like the Medicare went up 16.5% this year, and I think Social Security only went up 5.8. So yeah,
Yeah.
So looking at Roth conversions would be a good idea to do too. While that's still around, that's on the table in like the next 10 years, they want to do away with that if you have above a certain income. Yeah, there's just so many different. Yeah, I love my job. I'm always learning something new and helping people. So, yeah. So, all right. Well, this was great.
Dawn,
I'm
what's
glad I
your
got to meet
take?
you guys. Yeah.
Dawn, what's your take on cryptocurrency? Is this a fad? Do you think this is something that's going to be around?
I won't touch it. Like my money managers are not involved in it. JP Diamond from Chase, he's not going to touch it. Vanguard's not touching it because it's not regulated by anything. It's like, and then it's going to be now too. I saw an article. The IRS is coming after to tax it. So these people, like, it's going to be taxable. So it's like it's not free from government control. Like, so yeah. I don't trust it. I don't invest in it. I put my money in this, like in my my Roth is in these funds that I manage here. Well, my money manager manages. And then I put my money into my business. I just formed another business. And then also I'll be putting my money back into my overfunded life insurance policy. That I talk about those strategies in the book and talk about how I was stupid to ruin 2 of those. But again, I put mine into my business. So my business is kind of my retirement plan too, because I could sell it. So, but most people, yeah, they don't have a thing to sell. But yeah, crypto, I'm not touching it. Won't go near it. Maybe if it's regulated in the future, but as of now, I can't even advise on it because I don't want to get sued. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Any final thoughts from anyone? If not, thanks so much, Dawn. Appreciate your
Yeah, and thanks for having me. I'm glad I got to meet Jerry and John and yourself. And yeah, this was great. And hopefully you learned some tips. And guys, reach out to me when you manifest, when your claim is paid and when your Stephen gets a job. So.
All right. Thank you, Dawn.
All right. You're welcome. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Too.
And thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.